Hey, what's up?
Yo! So we're here by Sir Alvin's house. I'm sure you guys recognize the old MA70, but the reason we're here isn't for this old machine. The reason we're here is for reviving an old friend. This is an iconic Supra for myself, and I'm pretty sure for all the guys in the group. The Supra has been around for a while, but then, 7M and it had its issues, and now the opportunity for this car to come back to life has arisen, and Alvin has embraced that. So this 2JZ project Supra will be put on hold for the moment because this car is a little bit quicker to get on the road. As we know how 7Ms are, this one suffered, an expected death. The blown CT26 was mainly the cause of that. So it used up all its miracles and it's been dead. All the miracles have been gone for what, 3-4 years now? 2 years?
At least
3-4 years. So yeah, I just can't wait to see this thing on the road. I'm sure you guys recognize 2JZ when you see one, but before man can walk, you have to crawl. I have nicknamed this engine the WIldfire 7M, that's a story for another time. But yeah, everything that the JZ, built itself on, the 7M pretty much paved the way for that engine. So you have to pay respects to your elders. I personally like these engines. I know Sir Alvin likes them too, and we know Sir Ruda loves them. But these are our torque monsters. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hand the lens over to Alvin, and he's going to take you through the build process for the WIldfire 7M. So yep.
What's up, YouTube? This is Alvin over at Kikeworks, and tonight you'll be joining me. Alright, so specifically what I like to do whenever I prepare an engine, basically anything that looks rusty, any kind of bracket, these pulleys for example, I like to just clean them up. And what I use is barbecue paint. It comes in a can like this, and basically you brush it on, and it's really tough paint. It holds up to high heat. It says let's see, 1200 degrees, which this will never get that hot. And that's what I'm about to do right now. I'm gonna take all these brackets off, paint them with that shit, put them back on. Done deal. And like I said, it's really tough paint. I actually did my entire engine block on my 2JZ with that stuff, and it's held up really well, man. This is some tough paint. This shit isn't coming off. Alright, so here are all the brackets and whatnot removed from the engine. It's gonna be pretty simple. Just gonna clean it up a little bit. I got some brake parts cleaner there, some wax and tar remover, and then the Rust-Oleum high heat paint. I'm just gonna be cleaning up everything and then painting it on. Pretty self-explanatory. Alright, so we're done. We'll just wait for these to dry overnight, touch them up if necessary, and then put them back on tomorrow. Sweet. Alright, so I got the valve covers done. I'm pretty happy with them, especially for a rattle can job. Everything else, like I said earlier, is already dry. It's good to go. It's been a couple days only because I haven't had time to come back in here. The plan was originally for me to go ahead and start putting all that stuff back on the engine, but Santa dropped off some goodies for me, and because of that I have some more work to do. So here's what I got. ATI Super Damper. I'm pretty stoked about this. I've always wanted one of these. Shout out to my friend Orlando. Alright, so I'm gonna pull the old one out. I'm also gonna take the front timing cover off and paint that and check the seals underneath it, because I noticed there was a leak. There's some oil dripping down there, and I suspect it's from the oil pump seal right there. So I'm going to take a closer look at that, and that's the plan. So here we go. Alright, so when I took this apart, I noticed that a few of the bolts were missing between the oil pump and the block, and because of that there was oil seeping down the sides of it. I mean, I don't know how you forget to put those in, or maybe he took them out after the fact, I'm not sure, but that's what I was doing. Luckily I have a stash of Toyota bolts and I just threw them in there, tighten them up. I feel a lot better about it. I'm glad I pulled that off, actually. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up. This is all aluminum, so I'm probably just gonna wire brush it and then maybe add a clear coat on top, and if it looks shitty I'll paint it, but most likely I won't. Alright, well, that's all I have time for tonight. I ended up wasting a lot of time just looking for bolts because the engine, for some reason or another, was just missing a bunch of bolts. Anyway, I'll continue this probably tomorrow or the next day or whatever. Till then, I'll see you later.